The kinds of enquiries that we get are quite varied, both in terms of the nature and in terms of the discipline. So for example, we have expertise in ISO 27001 in information security, in GDPR compliance, the General Data Protection Regulation. We are a CREST member company, which means that we perform penetration testing to their high standards. We're also a PCI QSA company. Usually it's to do with some kind of consultancy, but it might also be training. Consultancy projects can range from a gap analysis, say, right through to a full-on implementation project. Also, because of the range of products and services that IT governance has, we can also put together a proposition which meets their budget. So the most common inquiries that we get are to do with GDPR compliance, ISO 27001, PCI compliance and pen testing. Usually it's to meet a need that the client has that in turn has been put on them by other interested parties, usually a client. Most of these enquiries end up moving on to scoping out a project. Recently I had a query come through via the Speak to an Expert from a company which have an application, it's a recruitment application, and their clients want to know that their data is secure. So what we've done is determine where the biggest risks are on that application and put together a proposition for performing security testing. The reason for talking to IT governance about any given project, any given objective, is down to our pedigree. We've been in business for over 15 years. Information security, cyber security is the cornerstone of our business. You need to have good data protection, you need to have good security testing, you might need to comply with certain regulations like PCI. We've developed our expertise and knowledge in these areas over the years. It's not just a question of us providing consultancy to our clients, but also educating them, also making sure that knowledge is transferred to them. All account managers at IT Governance have undergone GDPR training, ISO 27001 training. Many have undertaken PCI training as well. We speak to our consultants on a regular basis. In fact, when we're scoping out projects with our clients, sometimes we bring in one of our consultants and we understand it at some great depth. So, for example, I understand about doing a risk assessment for ISO 27001. I understand what a penetration test comprises, enough to be able to scope out the project. I think what's enjoyable about being an account manager is seeing your clients come back. So scoping out a project, seeing it through, seeing it being delivered, and then you feel like you're doing something right when they keep coming back to you year after year.